Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia. If you're seeing me for the first time, thank you, welcome. I'm a Nigerian, but I live here in South Africa with my family. So if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe, share, comment, and without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So to all my returning subscribers, thank you very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. I don't take it for granted. Okay, in today's video we are talking about how I got a job in South Africa as a Nigerian. Yes. Yeah, so if you've been watching me for the longest time, you will know that I have been living in South Africa for close to 14 years now. I got married and I migrated to South Africa. Backstory, I have to give a backstory. Yeah, so I got married and I relocated to South Africa. My husband was already here working as a medical doctor, an MO, a GP. As at the time we got married, so obviously the right thing to do is makoti, follow your husband, right? So I came here with my husband, which was how I came here. So I didn't choose to come to South Africa. I had to come to South Africa because I agreed to marry someone that lives in South Africa. But that was in my mid-20s. But prior to that, obviously, if you're a Nigerian, most of us go to school, at least we millennials. Prior to that, I already graduated from the university, and I studied psychology in Nigeria, pure applied psychology, and I actually graduated very well. Okay, so yeah, I was hoping to come here, advance my career in psychology by doing my master's in psychology. If you must have heard this, if you have been following my channel, you must have heard this, but this is for the benefit of those that have not heard the gist. Okay, so I planned to do a clinical psychology because that was my dream, be a clinical psychologist or any other aspect of psychology. Then life moves on. But by the time I got to South Africa, I realized that dream was difficult or impossible because South Africans don't offer master's degree in psychology to foreigners. Okay, then even till now I know. Yeah, so that is it. The reasons being that the space is limited for even South Africans themselves. So because I eventually went for a few master's degree in psychology interviews, and I understand the reason why they don't offer. They are not able to train foreigners because they are not even able to train as much people as they want as South Africans. So yeah, I didn't have any choice than to do the closest discipline that is close to psychology, which is human resource management. So psychology is a scientific study of human behavior. Okay, that is what psychology is in a nutshell. And then human resource management is the management of people in an organizational setting. So that was the closest discipline that was closest to psychology, apart that I could do. If at the time I had to do my honors degree in HR, human resource management, and then after my honors degree, 1 full year in University of KwaZulu-Natal, my alma mater. I love that university so much. Then I proceeded to do my master's degree in University of KwaZulu-Natal as well, and in human resource management. So I am a master's degree holder in HR. Okay, so that being said, after I finished, obviously things took a turn. I also realized, even before I finished, I began to actually understand the situation of South Africa, being that there are no jobs for foreign nationals. There are limited jobs for foreigners. But the sector that I eventually did my honors and my masters was even tighter for foreigners, because HR, human resource management, is one discipline that South Africans study very, very well. A lot of South Africans are HR professionals. All you HR professionals on the comment section, let's say hello. You know that. So it became a discipline that is very good. However, is a discipline that will not afford me a job as a Nigerian migrant in South Africa. It's an interesting discipline. I like it, and even though that wasn't my initial dream as to what I wanted to do, but I had to do something that was close to what I already did. It was either that or entirely leaving that sector. Psychology and HR, all of them, I was supposed either that or leave it entirely and start a fresh degree, but I did not think about that, and possibly I would have done that if I know what I know now to do other things. However, what happened, I already did it. So when I realized that water don't pass Gario, according to Nigerians, meaning that it's tough, obviously that I'm always an advocate of Nigerians don't come to South Africa, not for any reason, but because of the limitation of job or the job availabilities in South Africa. Not that is the fault of South Africans or the fault of you migrants or whoever's fault, but it's because of the way the economy is. There's no enough job for even the South Africans, not to talk of you. So I've always been an advocate. That was actually what drives that, me saying it all the time, and I still stand by it. Nigerians don't come to South Africa except you have a special skill, and you will decide what is a special skill, or the country will decide what skill you have that is a special skill. Okay, having said that, I graduated, then the whole pandemic happened, and jobs, of course, were not forthcoming. I know the system, I understand the system, and I studied HR. I also know that HR are the people that hire in an organization. They recruit, do the recruitment and selection and all that. I know that it's the law in South Africa as well as other countries. I'm guessing, I don't know, I know about South Africa that you cannot hire a foreigner if there are South Africans that are available to do the job. Okay, so having said that, no job. But then again, I had my little baby, healed, did my thing. Then as the jobs were not coming by after applying, though I didn't apply too much, but I applied as much as I can. Anyway, no jobs. Coming to how I got the job and what job I got and where I work. Like I said before, if you watch my videos, you should know that my husband is a doctor, a medical doctor here in South Africa. He has worked with the government, with the private sector, and he also has a GP practice, here in South Africa. So obviously he has had a GP practice for over 8 years now, but he did not employ me. I also didn't ask for him to employ me. He didn't also see the need to employ me. Actually, I don't know why. I think he had the practice when I was still studying in UKZN, then I came down, then pandemic, then a lot of things happened then. So what just happened was that he just said, okay, come and work for me in my practice. I'm like, uncle, can you pay me? Okay, the point is that my husband and I decided that I'll come and start doing administrative things in his practice. Mind you, he has 2 receptionists at the practice. So yeah, I can't do the receptionist job because I do not understand, like I can't communicate fluently in South African languages. Receptionist, especially with a medical practice, is supposed to be someone that can communicate fluently with in Setswana, in Afrikaans, in all the languages, and then even someone that answers the calls should be someone that understands. So I don't fit in for that role, but he hired me, or he asked me to come and just help him in his practice to do the billing, to do the medical billings, when the medical aid pays. So my role is administration. I do just every other administrative things, and then the billing. That is what I do at the practice. So that's my new job. Yeah, I'm not doing it for the pay because of course he won't be able to pay me if he wants to pay me based on my qualification, 3 degrees. He, at the end of the day, he just pays me why. But it's enough for now till I figure out other things, plus YouTube that I do, and I'm also trying to do a few things academically. So that's it. So I have a few things on my plate right now. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the job. That's my job description. I'm working at the practice, but I don't work every day. I can't do that every day. Actually, it's something I can do from home. Here you can see my desk. I can do it from home. I can go into the practice either 3 times a week to do it. Yeah, that's what I do for him. Igbo people, or generally, I think they said if the desired is not available, the available becomes the desired. I have to keep my brain busy. I have to start doing something human resource wise. It should be a HR role if it was a big organization, right? Doing the HR, everything that has to do with HR and admin and managing the human resources, and also doing the billing, medical billing, which is not necessarily a HR thing. But he taught me, he was the one handling the medical billing, but it was becoming too much for him to also handle. So he taught me how to do the medical billing, and I started doing it. I'm actually happy to help him because why not take away some stress? So that's what I do basically, and don't ask me how much I get paid because anyway, but it's what it's for now. That's what I do. So the point is that like I said, here in South Africa, There are no jobs. You create a job for yourself or you start a business. People, I know that most migrants either start a business, create a job for themselves in form of starting a business. There are also a lot of online things to do if you can figure out what you can do online that can give you money. You know, doing anything illegal is not the answer. There's always legal things to do, but I also stand with what I say. If you are a Nigerian or is an African migrant, South Africa is not a destination for you, because your dreams, your career dreams may not come to pass. That's the truth, depending on what career you're into. So that's it. That's how I got a job in South Africa as a Nigerian migrant. After 3 years of coming to South Africa, I finally got a job. I finally got employed. You know, they say if life throws lemon to you, make lemonade. That's saying is actually easier said than done. However, at the end of the day, if you don't have an option, you have to embrace that saying. So that's how I embraced that saying. So if you are a migrant, you have to look for something that you should be doing. There are a lot of things to actually do, not a lot, but a few options. Anyway, that's why I want to take also this content creation journey seriously. I hope you encourage me, guys. I know, why won't you encourage a girl? Why won't you encourage a sister? Encourage me, share my videos, please. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Like the video, engage, share, encourage me anyhow possible you can encourage, and I'll really appreciate it as always. Okay, so yeah, that's what's been keeping me a little bit busier than normal this year. I got really busy this year. I ventured, there are a few certifications I also took online, you know, and yeah, basically. So what do you think? Tell me congratulations. So I finally got hired. Okay, so if you are in Rustenburg, you must come and consult with us. Okay, come and consult my husband's practice. He is an experienced medical doctor. You will like it. So if you're anywhere in Rustenburg and its environs, you must come and say hello to us at the practice. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Share your thoughts, subscribe, like, comment, ask any questions and suggestions are welcome, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.